Hey, how you doing folks? DecepySwag here, and for the month of March, we have our third DLC character for Season 2 of Fatal Fury, and it's the much anticipated, much requested, the one and only Blue Mary. Big thank you to SNK for the opportunity, always appreciate it. As usual, this video will be timestamped for your viewing pleasure. We'll divide the video into 4 main parts, being character lore and backstory. Next is moveset, showing off their buttons, specials, and supers. Then of course gameplay with me playing Blue Mary, and rounding it out will be my overall impressions of the character and my grading of her inclusion in the game. Now without further ado, it's time to introduce the Heartbreaker secret agent that you've all been waiting for, the Backbreaker herself, Blue Mary. Mary Ryan, aka Blue Mary, cousin of Southtown SWAT officer Kevin Ryan, originally made her debut in Fatal Fury 3 Road to the Final Victory back in 1995 on the Neo Geo system. Of the many SNK characters folks have come to know and love, Blue Mary is at the upper echelon of that list for folks. Blue Mary is a private detective from America fighting different criminal organizations all around the world, having appeared in a ton of SNK related games, but many folks may know her from the King of Fighters franchise, in which she debuted not in the first iteration in KOF 94, but in the 4th game, the King of Fighters 97, teaming up with Billy Kane and Ryuji Yamazaki, forming the group's special team. In the Fatal Fury timeline, both Mary's father and her lover named Butch were killed in the line of duty, and their loss left a huge impact on her. Not only would she wear Butch's jacket, her name Blue Mary is in reference to her lover's favorite drink, a Blue Mary. As I mentioned, she would go on to fight different evil organizations and cracking down on crime around the world, until the events of Fatal Fury 3 will lead her to encounter the Hungry Wolf himself, Harry Bogard, which would then lead to them becoming good friends from that day forward. And even though it isn't explicitly said, many fans, including myself, believe that her and Terry are extremely close. One would even say closer than just friends. In classic SNK fashion of subverting expectations, Mary, despite not being a giant mountain of muscle, is a grappler type through and through, practicing the fighting style Commando Sambo. Originating from the Soviet Union era, it's a mixed martial art that combines both striking and grappling technique and focuses on joint locks. And if you've ever seen any of her attacks, you can definitely see that joint locking on full display. Her design is one that is recognizable with the blonde hair, baggy pants with the belt hooped around her waist, which, speaking on her design, Blue Mary design takes after the character Android 18 from the Dragon Ball series by the late great Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. This was extremely evident in her Fatal Fury artwork, like in 3, that giant forehead is a dead giveaway. So with the backstory out of the way, let's get into what SNK did for the S-Class woman herself, Blue Mary. Alright, so now that we've gone over just who is Blue Mary exactly, now it's time we get into the meat and potatoes of what her moveset looks like. First up, we're going to be going over her buttons and command moves. So first up, we have her buttons. You have her light punch, light kick, heavy punch, and heavy kick. You have your air versions of these buttons, the air light punch, air light kick, which is the knee, air heavy punch, and your air heavy kick. And for up close, actually let me turn off SPG 1 second. You see. There you go. Light punch, close light kick, close heavy punch, which as you can see is multi-hitting, and her close heavy kick. And this is what her jump ins look like. And as far as command moves go, she only have one, and it's forward light kick. It's called heel fall. Alright, now we're going to talk about her command combos. So first one up is command combo number 1, and she has 3 of these. So the first one is very simple. You're going to do this far away, and it's light kick into heavy kick, heavy kick. So just like that. Do light kick into 2 heavy kicks. Pretty simple. Then you also have command combo number 2, which is just 2 heavy kicks far away, so minus the light kick in the beginning. So it's just this. Pretty much the same as the first one, minus the light kick. And then finally, you have command combo number 3, which is basically an air version. So you would do this in the air. So you do light punch into light kick. Just like that. Boom, boom. Very simple. Moving on, we have her special moves. And the first one we have is spin fall, which is quarter circle forward, light kick, or a heavy kick. And the effects look really nice. I really like the flare effect, the pink color. And then you have the heavy version, which, as you can see, compared to the light version, has a longer startup, 26 frames, as you can see on the screen right there. You have the light version, which is very quick. And you have the heavy, which is slower, but obviously goes further. Now, the interesting thing about this is that they have a follow-up as well. And so the follow-up can only be done through the heavy or the EX version, aka the Rev. So you would do the move again, cross circle forward, heavy kick, and then you would either do forward light kick or heavy kick, or back light kick, heavy kick. So I'll give a demonstration. And that's how you get the follow-up. Or you could just press back. Again. Cross circle forward, heavy kick, into forward, heavy kick, or light kick. Doesn't matter which one. And you get the follow-up. Now, it doesn't matter if you do it backwards, if you do back kick, or you do forward kicks. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to get the same result. Now, the EX version, which is both kicks, as you can see, is about in between the light and heavy as far as the startups. The startup is 25, and I believe the light is 22. Yeah, and the heavy is 26. So the EX is slightly slower than the light, but slightly quicker than the heavy. But as I said, you would do the same thing as far as getting your follow-up. Makes no difference forward or back, which kick you use, so long as you do the input. Moving on, we have straight slicer. And for this, if you play KOF, then folks, you already know what I'm talking about. It's a charge motion, back and then forward. I suck at charge motion, so I always crouch to do so, but you hold back and there you go, slicer. It can be done with either light kick or heavy kick. And of course there's the EX, but I'm first want to show you there's a follow-up. This move also has a follow-up. Same principle, press either light kick or a heavy kick, so long as you're doing the heavy or EX version. And it doesn't matter if you press forward or back, you're gonna get the same result. So I give a demonstration. Boom. Then if you do the EX, and she even pulls out the little taser, which is awesome. I like they keep that little detail. Let me see if I can pause it in time to show y'all. See right there, you can see the taser in her hand getting ready to shock you. Like, oh my god, like the look on her face and she's about to attack you is hilarious. But yeah, that's how you get the follow-up. And just real quick, this stage is gorgeous. Like this stage is up there in terms of just how beautiful it is. It might be the prettiest stage in the game. It very well may be. But we're gonna move on to her next special, which is vertical arrow. And if you don't know, it's Dragon Punch input, both with kicks. And this is her DP. So you can do it with light kick, or if you want the heavy version, you can do that as well. And this is breakable. I should have also mentioned that Slicer is also breakable. So you can, you know, cut the distance. If you let it rock all the way, she goes pretty far. But if you break it, it's a good way to stop your momentum. But yes, back to vertical arrow. You can break it. So this is what the light version looks like, and the heavy. Obviously there's a big difference. But if you continue, just like her other moves, it has a follow-up. So same before, except this time you would just do the heavy. Forward or back kick, doesn't matter. Same process as before. But with the EX version, it does it automatically. And you get a nice little bump. So and then you can follow up from there. Now, something I noticed is that if the opponent jumps and you catch them in the air with the EX version, then she will automatically just do the grab. Let me see if I can get it. So you completely skip the kick part and you go straight into the grab. So for anyone wondering, that's what would happen. All right, so now we get into a move that I can't stand. And mind you, again, a lot of my experience having to do with this character comes from me playing the King of Fighters. So I have a lot of history with this character through that, not necessarily through the Fatal Fury franchise. But there's one move that she has that I can't stand, and it's this. Hey. You know it, I know it. Hey. This right here. Now, for anyone watching that don't know, Mary has grappling techniques as I explained in her backstory. And this is one of the moves that leads to it, apart from the other stuff I showed already. But this does have a follow-up. You do core circle back and she's invincible. You can't grab her. You cannot DP her out of this. You cannot really do much of anything except for neutral jump or get out the way, or if you super her. You can, I believe, do a fireball. Let me see. Let me double check. No, wait, actually, hold on. Nope, you can't do a fireball either. So yeah, unless you have a command grab or a super, she's gonna be really annoying. But real counter is the name of this move, and you can feint it. This is her feint, by the way. This is her neutral. If you just press the button, she feints the little flip kick, and then if you hold down in the feint button or the rev button, get this. But yeah, back to real counter. Do this to either scare your opponent to think you're going to do something, which she has a follow-up. You do core circle back kick, heavy or light, doesn't really matter, and you do back or forward punch, be it light or heavy. So goes into a suplex. There you go. Now, what's very scary about this move is, let's say your opponent, you knock down your opponent, right? And as you all know, people like to mash on wake up. So I'm gonna have them do light punch. Let me see. Oh, I need to have her doing crouch. Let me see. So people like to mash. See? Boom. So if your opponent is mashing on wake up, you're gonna scoop them instantly and have a good time. And of course you have the EX version. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. Alright, so now we are moving on to what is new about Mary. What does she have that's new SNK gave her? And SNK gave this woman a sway. They gave her this. Yes, they gave her movement options, and there's nothing scarier than a grappler character with movement options. I'm telling you, why SNK did this, but I'm not mad at it. I guess she needed it. But yeah, so you would do core circle forward punch, be it light or heavy, doesn't really matter, and she can go forwards or backwards with it. And it's very simple, very easy to understand. But now the next question is, okay, Decept, that's cool, they gave her this, cool, great, you know, maybe you could shimmy your opponent, you know, make them do something. Cool, but what can I get out of this besides just a little bit of movement? Well, I'm here to let you know everything. And when I say everything, I'm not exaggerating. I mean, literally all of those special moves that I showed you earlier, you can do that. So you dash in with the command move, and let's say you want to do her, then you do right after. So you do core circle forward punch, do the quick step, into quick counter, and you would do back light kick or heavy, just like this. And she can do it forwards and backwards. That's the craziest part. She can do all of these things forwards and backwards. So you want to do spin fall, do forward kick. Let's say you want to go backwards with it and try to fake somebody out. Just do the backwards input and then do forward kick. But let's say, well, Decept, I want to do slicer. How do I do slicer? Do the quick step and then you do down kick. And you may be wondering, well, Decept, what if I do slicer and I do the heavy, but I don't want to go that far? Can I still break it? It's still breakable. Now it's a little tricky for me, but it is breakable. Let me see if I can get it. Because it has it on the move list that it is breakable. So of course it'll take practice. Still not used to the character. She's not my playstyle, but she is cool. But this character is loaded. Like, I'm just gonna say that now. This character is very, very loaded. And then also you have quick arrow. Of course, like I said, all of her specials are attached to this as well. So her DP kick, there you go, or vertical arrow. She says vertical arrow, but it's listed as quick arrow, so whichever one you want to call it. But and you can break it, just like I said with her other move. This is breakable also. But again, she's loaded. Like SNK, I don't know who on the dev team just loves this character, but they just love her. And of course you have Mary Arrest, which is after the quick step you do forward punch, where she does like an arm kind of breaking thing. It basically looks like, you know, when a police officer detains somebody and they put like the cuffs on them and they put your arms behind your back. That's what it looks like basically. And even within the quick step, you can do another quick step. You can go backwards. Now you can't go forward because that requires you to do, first I'll go forward. That requires you to do forward punch, but that just causes you to do the grab. But to go backwards out of quick step, do back punch. And again, it doesn't matter heavy or light, whichever one you prefer doing. And again, like as I explained, I'm not gonna go over quick step D because quick step D is just this. It's just the backwards version. So all the inputs I told you would be the same. You just would do core circle back punch to go backwards, and you would still get the same results. Oh, there we go. See, I can do it the backwards version. So if you do slicer, you see how far it goes. But if you break it, it's breakable. Pressing light punch and light kick at the same time. In case you were wondering, like, how do I break again? That's how you break it. But yeah, they loaded her up really good. All right, so now we're gonna move on to her rev blows. And again, always make sure that you have your SPG activated, because again, you cannot use your rev blows unless SPG is activated. So her rev blow standing does like a heel drop kick. I like the animation, really cool, pretty neat. Nice little distance on it. It's very slow. Not the fastest. I wouldn't say it's the slowest. But you can definitely react to this. It's not gonna catch you off guard like maybe Kane's. And again, more I look at it, yeah, it's not too bad. I say it's about average. It's pretty average rev blow. And then of course you have the air version where she does a flip, so you have to be mindful of where you're doing it. But she goes into a grab automatically, so it leads to a grab.
Now you've done it.
So that's pretty neat. Now, something that you can do with her, and let me see if I can remember how to do this properly.
Here I
her EX stuff leads into her ref blow. So if you were wondering, you can follow up her EX moves with the ref blow. Now I wonder if you could do that with this. Yep, you can as well. So yes, you can follow up her EX moves with a ref blow ender. So again, some nice damage to end it on if you don't want to spin the bar and you just want to tack on some more damage. So now we get to the fun stuff. Now you're probably wondering, Decepi, that's cool and all, that's great, you talk about her buttons, that's great, you talking about the frames, follow us, but we want to see the supers. We want to know what them supers are looking like. So first and foremost, let me turn this off real quick because again, SPG gives you added damage and stuff, and I don't want to, you know, conflate the numbers. So first we have ignition gear number 1, her level 1, Mary Arrest D, or an M Arrest. So it's double cross circle forward punch. And then she puts you in the arm lock. So this is what it looks like if they miss. And as you can see, it's a command grab. So I will have the CPU block just to help further prove that point. But as you can see, she's blocking. And something that's really cool is, like I said, with this move, give you movement options, you can really like mess with your opponent and just make hard reads. Like this character very much, for anyone that's a Makoto fan, if your whole thing is making hard reads against the opponent and just blowing them up for guessing wrong, I'm not gonna lie, this character is for you. Just constantly in the opponent's face, making them guess, and then even if they decide, hey, I want to push a button, again, you're gonna have the time of your life. But moving on to her other super move, Mary Dynamite Swing. We know it, we love it, it's the classic Mary move. So let me get her out of guard, and this move is double cross circle forward and it's kick. Dynamite Swing. And I like the added little star effect. Like towards the end, you see these little sparklers on her. I think that's very pretty. She has very pretty moves. Like they did a really good job. And if I'm not mistaken, you can catch the opponent. Yep. So it makes for a great anti-air as well. And this is what it looks like if it missed, just to give you an idea of like how far she jumps. She jumps pretty far, but you do have to time it. But it's not too hard, I would say, to catch somebody. As long as you're spaced correctly, you shouldn't have too bad of a time trying to catch them. But now we're going to go on to the level 2 version of these, where they use both stocks, aka your stars, at the bottom. So we're gonna go with level 2 version of the M Arrest, which aka is the red line gears as it's called in the game system. So double cross forward, heavy punch, and you get this with the red roses, the little petals, just mwah, beautiful. They did a good job with that. Again, just look at Mary, yo. Like again, I don't plan on playing this character personally, but I know a lot of y'all watching have been waiting for Mary, so I'm happy for y'all. They did a good job. Like she looks amazing, and yeah, I can't hate. I can't even hate. I'm gonna hate fighting her, but I can't hate on it. And now level 2, Dynamite Swing. So long, Bowser. She basically hits the Mario 64 Bowser swing. They cooked. They did a good job. They did a good job. SNK, I can't hate. And now for the piece of the resistance, the main event, the hidden gear. M Sky Rose, Mary Sky Rose. Of course, I always forget this in every demonstration I do. I always forget. Gotta have SPG activated. Remember, folks, SPG plus your 2 stocks. This is essentially like the hidden super for your character. You cannot do this without all of these factors implemented. So without further delay, here we go.
Now you've done it.
Damn, that looks good. Like, hold on, let's just do it again. Let's just do it again. And this time, I'm gonna even turn off the HUD just for y'all that want to see this.
You'll pay for that.
Just take a moment and really just admire the stage. Oh, and then plus, I almost forgot her dog. I forget this dog's name. Anton? I think it's Anton. I think that's the name of a dog, which is a sophisticated name for a dog. But yeah, like the references is great. It's just perfect. It would have been cool if her brother was here, but I guess it would make sense. Actually no, Mary doesn't. Sorry, I'm thinking of King. King has a brother. I'm thinking of, I don't know why I get those two mixed up, but yeah, great stage. In an interview, they said they were going to do this. They said they were going to try to recreate this stage from Fatal Fury 3, which is again where she's from. It's no exaggeration when I say this is the prettiest stage in the game. It just flat out is. Is it my favorite one? No. But is it in my top 3 now? It might be. I'm not gonna lie. It might just be in my top 3 now. But that's all we can say now for her moveset. I'll let you all explore her once she comes out. But now we move on to the gameplay section of the video where I play against the CPU and try to show off what she can do and possibly get my ass whooped. So let's get to that. All right, so now we moved on to the next part of the video, which is, like I said, me playing Mary against CPU in a couple of matches. And I want to show off her colors real quick. She got some nice colors. They're all pretty good, to be honest. I think my favorite one, it's a tie between like number 4. Actually, they're all good. I'm not gonna lie. I think number 2 might be my favorite. Number 2 is really nice. I like number 2 a lot. Then again, that red jacket, we might have to rock the red jacket for the one time. Yeah, we're gonna go with the red jacket and I'm gonna put her SPG in the middle. We'll go with the middle.
Going all out.
And then we'll randomize on who we fight. Blue Mary. All right, cool. So we get a little mirror match happening. I'm gonna put the CPU on 4. I don't want them to completely wash me in this video. All right, and CPU, we'll put their ratio around flux. We'll put on that, and we'll give her the blue color.
Let's roll.
But yeah, they did an amazing job with this character. Like, I say this every video, but I'm really impressed with how well they did this. And look at the versus screen, fire. But yeah, comment down below so far in the video, how are you liking Mary, your interest in her, and your just overall thoughts. But you know, let's enjoy, just keep the beauty.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? I can't wait to hear it in Japanese also. They did a good job. Her voice actress did a good job. If I'm not mistaken, her voice actress is Marissa from Street Fighter. Could be wrong. I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure she is. Okay. Okay, hold on. Ooh, ooh, whoa, whoa. Yo, CPU, hold on. Get off me. Get off me. Ooh. What? Yo, she is on me.
No big deal.
Shoot. Did the wrong thing. No, I tried to do my own.
Not bad.
Get her. No, I missed. See, there we go.
Hey.
Come here. I sold so bad. Dang. I sold. Okay. Oh, see, and that's what I was talking about before. Like, you could dash in. I tried to get away. Please, Mary, please. Mary, please. Have mercy. Off me.
Wanna dance?
I messed up. Forgot.
Wanna dance?
Oh no. Oh no. Jump. I wish the fuck you would.
Hey.
I wasn't ready. Get her. No, I missed. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I gotta run that back. Look at the windscreen. Look at the... And I don't even really care about Blue Mary like that, but I can't hate. You can't hate. Let's go again. We're going another match.
Round
Come on.
1. Get ready. Fight.
I gotta get at least one.
Stay still.
Okay. Type shit. You right.
Hey.
Give me that.
Right.
Give me that.
Having fun?
She jumped. Okay. Get off me.
Vertical arrow. Not bad. Spitball.
Oh, and she did the heavy into the extension. Oh god. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. Into the...
Hey. Wanna dance? Showdown.
I didn't think it would grab me from that far.
So fast.
Give me that.
Mind your ears.
Yep.
Not bad. Wanna dance?
No, I was too far.
Win.
I was too far.
And bang.
Damn it.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight.
Okay.
Stop. Here I go.
I'm so happy that we actually end up fighting the CPU of Marion, because now y'all at least get to see what she could do. The only downside is happening to me. Okay. Okay. Come on.
Hey.
She grabbed me out of it. Oh shit. Mary, please. Yep. Dynamite swing.
Not bad. Wanna dance?
Oh yeah, and then I forgot to go over that. Her evade. Forgot to go over that before. Her dodge attacks.
Not bad.
I'm getting whooped.
Spitball. Hey.
Win.
But yeah, that's a Blue Mary in a nutshell for you. Dope character,
Good sweat. Let's
dope
do this again.
animations, moveset is fun. Playing her is enjoyable. Again, she doesn't fit my style, but I can say if you play Makoto, for example, from Street Fighter, and you enjoy that dash up in the opponent's face, make them guess, making hard reads and just punishing them, she's the character for you. Her buttons are good, her lights are good, heavies. She's scary, and then she's extremely scary again with her Oki because of the hey with her stance or her little pose she does where she can either make you guess if she's gonna grab you or not, and you can't grab her out of it. Not in this game. Unlike KOF where you can grab her out of that, you cannot do that in this game. So I'm not sure if they may change that down the line depending on how strong that is. But yeah, this character is she's good. Like, I'm just gonna be flat honest, she's good. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this character at all. But enough of me yapping. It's time we move on to the final segment of the video, and that's my overall impressions and thoughts of Blue Mary's inclusion in Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Let's get to it. Alright, we've now reached the final segment of the video where I give you all my thoughts and raw impression of Blue Mary's inclusion in the game. First, let me start by saying this. I have never been much of a Blue Mary player myself, but as much as I've played the King of Fighters, I have a lot of experience dealing with this character. And ever since we all saw her design first and appear in the arcade stories for characters when the game released, I knew instantly SNK was going to include her. This design for Mary, in my opinion, is up there in terms of being an improvement of her original, similar to that of Terry's Garou design and Mai's new design in City of the Wolves. A big distinction between her KOF designs and Fatal Fury one is that she typically doesn't have her coat in the KOF games. I guess technically excluding Maximum Impact, but I think that might have been a costume or an alternate. Can't remember, but point being, it was always a thing about her folks enjoyed, so seeing her back with the jacket is great. Her design is just amazing, even the detail of her abs, and I know it seemed like I'm being down bad for her, but hear me out. I remember a big complaint about Mary in the King of Fighters 15 was that she wasn't muscular and frankly too thin. Even going back and looking at her old sprites, SNK made it a point to show her definition and her muscles. So I'm happy to say that SNK brought back Mary's muscles. Gameplay wise, she's fun and frankly, to be honest, kinda scary. Again, you have to fight her and having to decide if you want to press on wake up or not, and risk getting scooped has always been a nightmare. And now that they've given her mobility options that not only can she do combos into, but also have follow-up options for both forward and backwards, it's as if they took what made her already great and added even more. Just simply seeing the knockdown and her going, hey, you already know what is coming. You have to decide, do I press a button and get scooped because she's invincible, or do I not press a button and get scooped anyway? Or do I get hit with like a DP move? It's all a bunch of different options that you're gonna have to worry about. Again, personally, Mary isn't really my style, but I know plenty of folks that have been eagerly waiting for her, like the homie Edohana, aka Edo, as well as all of you in my community that's been begging for her. When I say begging, I mean since day one, y'all have non-stop been asking for Blue Mary win, and I have to say, she's here. Most importantly, I think newer folks to the Fatal Fury and SNK games will enjoy her since she's pretty straightforward and not complicated at all to play. So, all in all, I think everyone is going to have a good time with her. Now, on the topic of her stage, and once again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, this just might be one of the best stages in the game. And I know, I said this the last few times with Geese, and I said it with Hoon, and I said it with Ken, I've said it with everyone. I have said this with pretty much every DLC that keeps coming out, but hear me out. I can't help it if SNK keeps cooking and keeps cooking with these stages. And just look at her stage. It's damn near one-to-one with her OG Fatal Fury sprite version, and I'm actually impressed. And mind you, we knew ahead of time that they were going to do this. In a 4Gamer interview when they spoke to the devs, they told us outright that they planned on doing their own rendition of this in Sealed Wolves graphics. And I was really looking forward to it myself. So I didn't have any doubt it would look good, but man, just looking at this, it's just so pretty and impressive. So again, SNK, hats off to you. You knocked it out of the park. Theme song wise, her music is good, but I wouldn't say it's a banger for me personally or in my top 5 themes of the game. But all in all, still a good rendition. I will say it would have been nice if they had a version of her singing her theme song, Blue Mary's Blues, like in Fatal Fury Real Bout, which was a bonus music video they included for players. Hopefully down the line they upload a video with her singing her song herself. My overall rating of Blue Mary's inclusion in Fatal Fury Sealed Wolves Season 2, she gets an 8 out of 10. Amazing updated design, new theme rendition, along with arguably a top 5 stage in the game. Only personal negative is she just frankly isn't my style of gameplay, nor do I have any special attachments to her, which kinda has been the theme so far with these characters this season. They're all great characters, but none of them is something I'm personally looking forward to. For all my Freeman fans out there, we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, I guess. But I can say that Mary fans, you're gonna enjoy this one. So hats off to you. But all that's left now is for me to ask you all my favorite question and an important one, and that's what are your thoughts? What do you think of Blue Mary's inclusion in Sealed Wolves Season 2? Are you excited to play her? Have you ever played Blue Mary before? And if so, in what games have you played her in? And what do you think about the new stage and her theme song? Comment down below and tell me if SNK cooked with this one. Again, big thank you to SNK for the chance to play Blue Mary early, always appreciate it. Fatal Fury Sealed Wolves Season 2 is available with 6 characters coming one a month all the way up until June, with each of them including a brand new stage, that being Kim Jae-hoon from January, Geese Howard for February, Blue Mary for March, Wolfgang Krauser for April, and the last 2 slots being mystery characters, one of whom is being teased to be none other than Kenshiro from the Fist of the North Star series, all available for $19.99 USD. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, then please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and don't forget to tap that bell icon. We're almost there to 3,000 subs, so always appreciate it. And while you're at it, let's see if we can get this video to 200 likes. I always appreciate the support. Thanks for rocking with me. But that's all the time I have for now. Till next time, I'm DecepySwag. Later.